Never Stop Learning, week 216. We're going to take a quick look at part 1 of Smart Object Resolution in Adobe Photoshop CC 2015. Alright, so I want to talk about smart objects because it's a huge part of my workflow, and the resolution because it's a huge advantage when you're working with smart objects in Photoshop. So here I've got a shirt mock-up and it's pretty low res. If you take a look in the bottom left, this is already at 100%. So if I hit Command 0 to fill up my screen, everything gets pixelated and fuzzy. So I'll hit Command 1 again to take it back to 100%. And I want to show you the image size. So Command Option I to bring up the image size window. Over here for width, I have it set to 3.4. Height is set to 4.6 and resolution is set to 72. So yeah, this master document is a low resolution document. I'm going to hit cancel to get out of this. Now that doesn't mean that we can't use these elements in here, the branding for print. Over on the right, in the layers panel, you're going to see that we have some smart objects in here. Alright, on the top, we have the right sleeve. I'm going to turn this guy off and turn it back on so you can kind of see it right there in the document. Now that's an embedded smart object. The way that was created was over here on the top left, you got the file menu. Scroll down until you find place embedded. And when you click on that, you just have to find the document that you want to embed in there as a smart object. I chose right sleeve red.psd and then I just clicked on place. I'm going to hit cancel to get out of that, but that's how this guy was generated. Now, even though this is a low res document in here, if I double click on this smart object, check this out. I have this huge document now. All right, so it's the right sleeve red.psd. Okay, I'm going to hit Command Option I. That brings up the image size window. Now check this out. It says width is set to 3 inches, height is set to 1.5, and the resolution is 300. So we have enough pixels to play with this time. All right, this is going to be a great print. But even if you needed to increase this a little bit, so for a sleeve print, you might want to increase to, let's say, 4 inches. All right, because I have this resample unchecked, which is really important, it did drop the resolution down to 225. Now that's okay because it's still going to give me a really good print. If I would have had this resample checked, it would have kept the resolution at 300, but it would have stretched out those pixels and it might have given me a fuzzy result. So now I have a better document to play with. I'm going to click OK. And now I want to save this document out so I could use this file for printing. Back in the top left, click on File, scroll down, and just choose Save As. Save it as a new document, and that's the one that you want to use for your print. Alright, I'll hit Escape. Now to close this document, Command W. Now it's asking me if I want to save this. Now if I were to save this, I would be altering this shirt mockup document. That's not what I want to do, so I'm going to hit Don't Save, and there it goes. It just gets rid of that. Alright, so that's the right sleeve. That's an embedded bitmap smart object. Next we got this guy, vector smart object. Alright, now this guy was created, it started off in Illustrator. I created the circle, made a copy of it, and then I came into Photoshop and hit Command V. Alright, when you hit Command V, you get these paste options. Paste as, I went with smart object. I'll click OK, and then this is how it brings it in. You can resize it if you need to. Once you're ready, you can click on this little check or hit return on your keyboard. Now, I don't need this layer, so let me get rid of this guy. All right, vector smart objects are awesome. I'll show you why. If you double click on the thumbnail, it's going to bring up Adobe Illustrator. All right, so you still have that shape as full vectors. Command Y takes it to outline mode. Command Y brings it back to preview. Alright, so I'm going to make some changes. That's one of the great things about this. I have access to all my tools in Adobe Illustrator. Over here in the swatches, I'm going to go with the default swatches, RGB. I'm going to add a gray stroke and then just get rid of this panel. In the appearance panel, I'm going to increase the stroke size, but I want to make sure that it's applied to the outside. Alright, now that I've finished making all these edits, all I have to do is close this guy, accept the changes, and then when I go back to Photoshop, notice those changes have been updated. Alright, so I'm still going to be able to use this because it's full vectors. So let's create a document to print. Over here in the layers panel, double click on this little thumbnail. It's going to take you back to Illustrator. In the upper left, under the File menu, just choose Save As or Save a Copy. And then you'll have a new document that you could use for your print. All right, let's go back into Photoshop. All right, so there you go, folks. I just wanted to show you guys one more time that even though this master document is a low-res document, over here on the right, because we are using these smart objects, we still have access to some really good design elements so that we could print out this shirt. And there you have it, folks. That's a quick look at part 1 for Smart Object Resolution in Adobe Photoshop CC 2015.